Hello there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, I just got back from the job site. I've been laboring all day with my uncle today. And yeah, I came home, tidied myself up a little bit, and I found time to do this recording. I haven't had much time this week because of the laboring on the job site. So yeah, every time I get a little bit of a window to record, I am going to record and pump out these videos because you guys are absolutely loving them. What's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia, absolutely shooting his shot. And today, we are up to the penultimate episode of Band of Brothers already. This one is titled Why We Fight, and I've heard great things about this episode. You guys have put this as probably the highest rated episode of this series, and don't you worry as well, I am going to be tackling the Pacific as well, so look forward to that, and possibly the documentary following Band of Brothers. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, I'll be tackling that and reacting to it, and hopefully you guys show up to that as well. But nonetheless, let's get into this reaction. Let's see what's in store for us. I'm expecting a banger. Let's get into it.
Situation there where everybody was happy to see the war coming to an end, and the Germans didn't really have that much of a heart for it, and they realized that the end was there.
We used to say only good crowd is a dead one. Well, but there was something in there that, hey, that was a kid. Most of them were kids. We all were kids.
They had a job to do the same way as me. So we went about and did the job that we had to do.
Exactly.
I think we thought that the Germans were probably the evilest people in the world. But as the war went along, we found out also that it wasn't the Germans per se.
A lot of those soldiers, I've thought about this often. That man and I might have been good friends. We might have
Exactly.
a lot in common. We might have liked to fish, he might have liked to hunt. You never know, Of course, they were doing what they were supposed to do, and I was trying to do what I was supposed to do. But under different circumstances, we might have been good friends.
That's the crazy thing, man. I love this show. I absolutely love this show. It's not even a show. It's an experience. It's probably the closest thing you will get to experiencing something like this. Like putting the viewer right there, ladies and gentlemen. And the latest episode, which I have uploaded, is the Bastogne episode. And I cannot believe that was shot on a soundstage. That is absolutely phenomenal. The way they captured and the actors themselves really replicated the feeling of being in Bastogne. Absolutely phenomenal, because a lot of the comments saying it was actually boiling hot in there because obviously all the lighting and everything else going on in there. But yeah, phenomenal stuff, man. Phenomenal stuff. Kudos to the actors as well. I also wonder if at the time the actors got to meet their counterparts, so the veterans they were playing, if they, got to interact with them face to face before their performance as well. Very curious to hear about the makings of this show. Pretty sure you guys can probably fill me in. Why We Fight. Let's go. Oh, we're in Germany now, nearing the end of the war. A comment perfectly summed it up. The music in the show, and I know the subtitle said they're playing Beethoven, but some of the music and the score for the show really sounds beautiful at this time. At a lot of times, it is beautiful, but I cannot help but think there's like some sort of sinister undertone to it. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it's meant to be evil and eerie at points as well, despite how beautiful it sounds.
You sure clean up good.
Yeah. All he needs is a little Mozart.
Beethoven.
Sorry, sir.
That's not Mozart. That's Beethoven.
Okay. We're going back in time.
Come on, chicken. Grab him by the foot. Come on, chicken. All right, this thing bites me, Frank. I swear I'll shoot it. Guten Tag, Fräulein.
Guten Tag.
Hold on, hold. Oh, George. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hey, come on. I just want to talk to you. Hey, Frank. Hold on. Park. Jesus, come on. What? That Captain Nixon?
I think so.
The hell's he doing in his harness?
I don't know. Maybe we jumped into Berlin. The war's over.
Yeah, huh?
So what happened? No dice with the Fräulein?
No dice. She smacked me in the mouth. Hey, what? Germany's looking like it's gonna be pretty good fraternizing territory, huh?
Yeah. You want your cigarette?
I did not expect it. Oh, damn. Someone else got some action. Oh, Luz.
Where's my stop?
I thought I'd leave it over there, sir.
Yep. Oh, that's Tom Hardy. Oh my gosh. It took me a while to clock that. Wait, that's a young Tom Hardy. I was like, wait, it is. I was like, oh my gosh. My guy, he just gave her the venom, man. He gave her the symbiote.
Here.
I can't get lost in, you know, everything.
Thanks. You're welcome, sir.
I love how Nixon's facial expressions just basically tell you he's over this shit. Like he's been through it.
Congratulations. You're probably the only man in the 101st with 3 combat stars over his jump wings.
Not bad for someone who's never fired his weapon in combat, huh?
Really? Really? You've never?
Nope.
Oh, not even
Damn.
all the action we've seen?
I didn't know that.
Not around.
So, how'd it go this morning, the jump?
It's great. Fantastic.
Took a direct hit over the drop zone. I got out. 2 others got out.
The rest of the boys?
Well, they blew up over Germany somewhere. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
About what?
Well, tough situation.
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
the boys. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, well, it wasn't me. You know, the real tragedy is they also lost their CO, so guess who gets to write all the letters home? God, you got me a nightmare.
You know, it's nearing that stage of the war where it's like, do any more lives need to be lost?
Colonel Sig this morning.
And I love the questions that are being asked by the veterans at the beginning of the episode. Not the questions being asked, or the questions they make you ask. And, you know, they're talking about, in another world or in another universe, another reality, these guys might have been my friends. And that reflects on the episode that you end up watching. I absolutely love it how it seamlessly transitions to what you watch on screen. And yeah, it's really sad to see. Like, it's nearing the end of the war. And you can tell of Nixon's facial expressions a month later as well, that they're completely just fed up with it. And the episode is titled Why We Fight. And we already have you know, it's a completely different vibe this episode as well, the beginning of it. It's not the usual anarchy, chaos, or, you know, tension we're usually straight inserted into, such as like the Bestone episodes or the episode that's previously come before this, with the night sort of patrol and things like that. It seems a bit more tame in a way. Obviously, the change of location, entering Germany, we're meeting very little resistance from what's being depicted here. And you get the feeling that it's the end of the war. I just feel like, I'm like, yo, we're nearing the end of it. And I don't know why, like I said, this show's an experience. I'm thinking that, and obviously it's because the characters themselves are thinking that, and I think it's down to as well the locations we are placing the characters in. You know, everything seems much more refined. They have access to this stuff. We're not used to seeing them have access to this sort of stuff and staying in these sort of like, not luxurious stuff, but like hotel rooms, and the lighting as well. A lot of it's set in broad daylight, which, I don't know, it's obviously a transition from all the doom and gloom we've seen in the past few episodes or this entire series.
I'm sure that you'll all be happy to know Oklahoma's still playing on Broadway. Hey, Oklahoma, when the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and a waving wind.
Good old Michael Fassbender again.
When the wind comes right behind the rain.
O'Keefe, you sitting on your bayonet there? Why don't you leave the singing to Luz?
Unless you want to do like Sorry with the Fringe on top, O'Keefe. That could be. Rita Hayworth's getting married. Rita, say the truth. Abbott Costello. Guess her boys in the 17th Airborne did okay after all. Forget it. We'd be in Berlin by now, sir, if it was us instead of them, huh? That's right.
But Conte gotta be one of my favorite ones, man.
You in a rush? No. So what? You want to go home with a Congressional Medal of Honor or something?
Well, I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, why don't you do us all a favor? Don't think. Damn replacements. Tell me nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening. A couple of artillery rounds at dawn, probably from across the river, but that's about it. Spooktashy, though.
Here, Rocco just finished it.
Oh, yeah? Any sex in it?
Ain't that kind of book. See ya.
Yeah. See ya.
A tree grows in Brooklyn.
Hey, O'Brien, relax, would you? I'm trying to read.
It's O'Keefe.
Is that right?
Yep. Patrick O'Keefe. My friends call me Patty.
Hey, O'Brien. Shut up.
Listen, after all he's
Told
been
you, it's
through,
O'Keefe.
I think Picante deserves a little peace and quiet.
It's because no one wants to remember your name. There's too many Smiths, D'Amatos, and O'Keefes, and O'Briens who show up here replacing Toccoa men. That you dumb replacements got killed in the first place. And they're all like you. They're all piss and vinegar. Where the crowd's at. Let me at them. When do I get to jump into Berlin? 2 days later, there they are, with their blood and guts hanging out. And they're screaming for a medic, begging for their goddamn mother. Them dumb fucks don't even know they're dead yet. Hey, you listening to me? Do you understand that this is the best part of fucking war I've seen? I got hot chow, hot showers, warm bed. Germany is almost as good as being home. I even got to wipe my ass with real toilet paper today. So quit asking about when you're gonna see some action, will you? And stop with the fucking love songs.
I understand both sides here completely. But I love that these type of scenes are being depicted. Even last episode, with the 4-month layoff from injury and how he was received by Easy Company coming back after having missed
When you ship out?
Bestone, etc.
Yeah. It's been 2 years since I seen home. 2 years. It's fucking war.
God damn it.
I'll tell you something, Welsh. This war's not about fighting anymore. It's about who gets what.
Go ahead and deal me out of the next hand.
Actually insane.
What about your money?
I wonder if Nixon really was a drunk in real life, or like towards the end of the war, he gradually became worse and worse.
At 69. Exactly right. I gotta be honest with you, sir. That ain't gonna be easy to find here in Germany. Pickings are kind of slim here.
Yeah, don't I know it?
And even if I do find some, sir, it ain't gonna be cheap.
Well, that won't be a problem.
Hey, Bessie, you have news? Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't realize that you were here.
What news?
300,000 Krauts just surrendered.
300?
Yeah. We're moving out in an hour.
1 hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have Amazon same hour delivery back then, man. You can't get your whiskey, Nixon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Keep looking.
Jesus Christ, the dog? Hello? Katz is divorcing me. I'm sorry.
Damn,
She's taking
man.
everything. She's taking the house. Taking the kid. She's taking the dog. It's not even her dog. It's my dog! She's taking my dog! Let's go! Run up! Come on!
I mean, that's not the news you want to hear after being years at war. Like,
Die the last man trying.
Sir,
What?
lighter.
All right, nice lighter.
Thanks. Off an SS, huh? Hey, looks like gonna get you wish anywhere, Flannery. Those guys? Fucking crazy. So Keith.
he still can't get O'Keefe.
Yeah, I'm fine. She hates that dog.
Hey, she must hate you more to take the dog as well, which she hates.
It's gonna be good times, Webb. When we get home, I mean. First thing I'm gonna do is get my job back at the cab company in Frisco. Make a killing off all those fucking sailors coming home, you know? Then I'm gonna find me a nice Jewish girl. Great big soft titties. And a smile to die for. Marry her. Then I'm gonna buy a house. Big house.
Gotta love the ambition.
Bedrooms. For all the little league guys we're gonna be making.
It ain't over yet. That's the problem. I don't want to get too caught up.
An article. No shit. What's it about? It's about why we're fighting the war. Why are we fighting the war, Janovic? It seems that the Germans are bad. Very bad. You don't say. The Germans are bad, huh? Hey, Frank, this guy's reading an article over here that says the Germans are bad.
So what about you, Webb?
Something new every day, huh? I guess I'll finish school first, and then,
Wait a minute, finish school? You mean all this time you've been talking about Harvard this and Harvard that, and you ain't even finished?
For one thing, I haven't told you anything.
Oh.
He just came with the assumption he was Harvard.
All right, Webb, breathe a little. Jesus. Hey, you know what? You're right. Should have fuck what?
These guys are all kids, man. They're all in their early 20s, like, if not younger.
Literature.
Get out of here. You serious? I love to read.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ask Picante.
Dick Tracy, Flash Gordon mostly. Yeah.
You hear this? This guy says he ain't a Nazi. Now why is it in all of Germany
I never met one Nazi yet.
You're only gonna be here one night. You've got 4 minutes.
Matilda, komm!
Komm, Wilhelm. Wir sind keine Nazis. Come on.
Let's go. Move.
I'm guessing this had to be done. Come on, give me that overhead shot. Give me that overhead shot. Damn! Okay, I didn't expect that. That's the 300,000 that surrendered, I'm guessing.
Hey, you! That's right! You stupid crowd bastards! That's right! Say hello to Ford and General fucking Motors! You stupid fascist pigs! Look at you! You have horses! What were you thinking?
That's enough, Webster. Give it a rest.
Dragging our asses halfway around the world. Interrupting our lives
For what? You ignorant, servile scum! What the fuck are we doing here? Huh?
And Webster just echoing possibly a lot of the soldiers' thoughts right there. That's nothing to Bacante, O'Keefe.
I want to send out some patrols. We'll have dog here in the village, Easy and Fox in the woods.
Easy Company's gonna take the northwest. Lieutenant Lipton? Sir? That 1st and 2nd platoon swing up to the woods, half third swing around.
Yes, sir. First Sergeant Talbot!
You're not worried about an ambush, are you?
No. Just in case we have to stay here for the night.
You never know. You just never know.
Okay.
Sarge.
Why the hell are you so jumpy, boy?
O'Keefe got his gun ready to fire.
In Arkansas, boy.
Jesus Christ, give the kid a break, Bull.
Hey, George. Kind of reminds you of Bastogne.
Yeah, now that you mention it. Except, of course, there's no snow. We got warm grub in our bellies. And the trees aren't fucking exploding from crowd artillery, but yeah, Frank, other than that, it's a lot like Bastogne. Right? Bull, smack him for me, please.
I'm not getting lost in the laughter, I'm sorry.
Hello?
It's not the brand he wants. I wonder if that's a nod to Schindler's List right there from... I wonder if Spielberg had any input with this scene here. With the woman here wearing the red top. And if that's a nod to the girl wearing red in Schindler's List, the young girl. Probably reaching too much there. Guessing that was she had a framed picture of a Nazi general, or that was her husband potentially, or... Alright, tension levels are back now. The sound design is phenomenal, man.
You see Foley? No. Hey guys, anyone guys see any of the officers?
No.
Foley, Nixon?
No. Get to Popeye. Hey, Pop.
Popeye, see any of the officers?
Did they find a concentration camp? Hence the smoke? Like it was abandoned or burnt down?
You see any of the officers?
Yeah, Major Winters is right in there.
Sir, we found something. We were on a patrol, and we came across this.
What? Frank, what is it?
I don't know, sir. I don't know.
The way the forest itself was a character right there. With just the trees rustling. Yeah, it is. Just that element of mystery. Just to keep you on the edge of your seat. Oh, phenomenal.
Major, sir. Open it up. Sir.
Stand back. Give us some room here. Stand back. Back.
It's so well done. It's so well done.
Christensen and your men speak German?
Yes, sir.
All right, boys. These people need care. Give them water and any spare rations you might have. Grab me some blankets, quick.
Oh my God.
Dick?
I got goosebumps, man. Wow, wow.
Поможете, još je živ. Još ga možete spasiti. Sorry.
Yeah, take some water.
Vodi.
Jesus, Webb, can you believe this place? No.
Zuvor verbrannten sie noch einige der Baracken.
They burned some of the huts first.
Mit den Gefangenen immer noch drinnen, lebend.
Well, the prisoners still in them, sir. alive.
Jesus Christ. Aber einige von den Gefangenen haben sie versucht, daran zu
Some
hindern.
of the prisoners that tried to stop.
Sie wurden getötet. Sie wurden ganz
Some of them were killed.
Getötet. Und die Wachen hatten nicht genug.
They didn't have enough ammo for all the prisoners, so
Sie töteten so viele sie konnten.
they killed as many as they could
Und dann verließen sie einfach das Lager.
before they left the camp.
Sie schlossen das Tor hinter sich und gingen
Locked the
Richtung
gates
Süden.
behind them and headed south.
Someone in town must have told them we were coming.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I want to pause right there, and I've been silent throughout this entire sequence of events right here, and I want to just say how beautifully this episode has been edited. And obviously the first half of the episode, the vibes are immaculate. Besides the opening sequence right there, and now I understand the opening scene right more. As we pan to them on sort of like the rooftop a month later, or a month later, sorry, after these events, because I thought to myself, yeah, obviously, you know, these soldiers have been through a lot. They're worn out. They're sick and tired of it. They're fed up with losing their friends. They're fed up with the war itself. And once you hear rumblings that it's getting to that stage, it's the end of the war, obviously you're going to start to feel a certain way mentally. And I love how in this, first half of the episode, like I said, lots of broad daylight shots. It's vibrant. The colors are a lot warmer. You know, you have the soldiers singing in unison with one another. Gory, gory, you know, what a hell of a way to die. And, the vibes are kicked up a notch. The morale is high. But then you have these little moments spread throughout. And a bit of it was comedic with, is it Yanovich, Tom Hardy's character? And Luz, there's an article here saying, why are we at war? The Germans are bad. And Luz like, you hear that, Frank? The Germans are bad. And then it gets a bit more serious. Because even though there's a bit of dramatical stuff happening, even like with Nixon getting divorced. It's a terrible ordeal to go through, but he's been through worse with the war. And there's sort of like a comedic layer to it. But then you have the outburst from Webster, like his outburst to the German prisoners or the ones who surrendered, the German soldiers, calling him scum, going off at him completely. But then that took me back straight to the beginning of the episode with the veterans talking about, in another life or another reality, if we weren't fighting one another, one of these guys would have liked to fish or hunt, which is what I like to do. We could have been really best friends. It's just we were doing what we were supposed to do. And Webster was even asking these questions. Why the hell did you drag us all the way here? And bang, you have that moment in the woods, them talking about Bostone. And this whole entire episode, they've met very little resistance. So I thought to myself, there might be little pockets of Germans here and there willing to resist these soldiers. But you got to think deep down, 300,000 just surrendered and they might have stumbled on a concentration camp. And you cut to that beautiful wide long shot of all the soldiers looking towards the camera from the edge of the woods. And yeah, them looking at the concentration camp, but they hide the reveal for a little bit until we go and get winners. And like I said, you have these questions being asked by various characters in the beginning of the episode. Yanovich and Luz, it's a bit comedic with the article, why are we at war? But then Webster, why drag us all the way here? And then you have the second half of the episode with the reveal basically explaining why we are at war and the soldiers understanding why we are here. The episode is titled Why We Fight, and it looks like the second half of the episode is going to spend time explaining that. And it's absolutely fantastic. It's so well told. And I hope you guys listen to this little snippet here where I have paused and talked about it because it's been absolutely fantastic. And then here, when you have winners, Nixon, and I forgot his name. talking to this prisoner right here, and it's a lot of tight close-up shots, and the camera's changing and moving between each character's not cutting away, but it's moving, and it just immerses you in the entire experience. It makes you feel you're there experiencing the concentration camp or the ruins of this concentration camp firsthand. It's so amazingly told. I cannot explain how good this show is. And yeah, we still got 16 minutes left. And yeah, like, hopefully you guys enjoyed my little rant there.
Will you ask him what kind of camp this is?
Surely the people of the town knew this. Did they just turn a blind eye to it?
Was ist das hier?
With the camp being so close to the town?
Das ist ein Arbeitslager für Unerwünschte, wirklich.
He says it's a work camp for unerwünschte. I'm not sure what the word means, sir. Unwanted, disliked, maybe.
Criminals?
I don't think criminals, sir. Verbrecher.
Verbrecher? Nein.
No.
Ärzte, Musiker, Beamte, Bauern,
Doctors, musicians,
Schreiber, Schneider,
tailors,
Intellektuelle.
clerks, farmers, intellectuals, I mean, normal people.
Juden.
Jews.
Polen.
And he was just talking about, going home, marrying
Aber ich glaube, das
a Jewish woman.
Das Frauenlager ist bei der nächsten Bahnstation dort hinten. Das ist das Frauenlager bei der nächsten Bahnstation.
Liebgott, sorry.
The women's camp is at the next railroad stop.
Just when they thought they'd seen it all.
Look at their arms.
Like cattle.
This is just one camp as well. Fuck, the actor who plays Winners is so good. Is so good. I don't want to search up his name or anything about the character for spoilers, but far out, he's so good. Why we fight? Finally remembered his name. He said it right. Some of these American soldiers would have been Jewish as well.
What I call sink. Find spares and figure out how the hell to get them some food. Some water.
That's just the men's camp as well. We didn't even get to see the women's one.
Not a Nazi. My mistake, you fat fucking prick. How about a human being? Are you one of those? Or are you gonna tell me that you never smelled the fucking stench?
Töten Sie mich nicht, bitte. Bitte töten Sie mich nicht.
Yeah.
Ich verstehe
Well, the
nicht, was
towns...
He says he doesn't know what the hell you're talking about.
Were the townsfolk... Did they just turn a blind eye to it? Or were they just unaware of it? like of the stench, or like did they know deep down but really obviously didn't want to speak out and do anything about it because they'd probably get shot and killed?
Sergeant Tower, this is chaos. There's plenty to go around, please.
You want us to lock these people back up?
We got no choice, Nix.
Otherwise, they might scatter. We need to keep them centralized so we can supervise their food intake and medical treatment. So, until we find someplace better.
It's a crying ass shame, but let's get it done.
Yes, sir. I'm not getting any more than you guys.
Jones Taylor? Bob Sink, 506. Sir, we're at Landsberg, the other side of Burklow. We found something I believe you ought to see, sir.
Can't tell them that, sir. Got to, Joe.
Yeah, man. Just gotta.
Grant, Christensen. These prisoners have to be put back in the camp immediately. Let the men know.
Nur für eine kurze Zeit. Damit wir ihn mit richtigem Essen und mit Medizin sorgen können. Bitte, ziehen Sie wieder ins Lager. Es ist für Ihr eigenes Buch.
Turns out I'm staying in the only dry friggin' house in Germany.
Thought you weren't drinking a local.
Yeah, well.
After what he saw, anything will go down.
Been finding camps like this all over the place. Jesus. Seems the Russians liberated one a lot worse.
Worse?
Yeah. Apparently. 10 times as big. Execution chambers, ovens.
Locals claim that they never even knew the camp existed. They say we're exaggerating.
I don't know. I don't believe that.
They're gonna have a hell of an education tomorrow. General Taylor declared martial law about an hour ago. Ordered every able-bodied German in town aged 14 to 80 to start burying the bodies. That'll begin in the morning. 10th Armored are gonna supervise cleanup.
What about us?
We head out for, Talem, Tallem tomorrow. 1,200 hours.
Some of them, I don't know. That's what I'm perplexed about. Like, surely some of the townsfolk knew what was going on, especially with one of the women having a picture of a German soldier, whether that's her husband or like an idol, a political figure she looks up to, a general. But clearly, by some of the facial expressions here, maybe they didn't know, maybe they knew, but they didn't know how bad it was. What an episodic arc that is, that one. Yeah. He knows. Oh, so good. And bang, transition to a month later. Yep. Yeah, so good. So good. Just.
We have orders to Berchtesgaden. We're gonna move out 1 hour.
Why? The man's not home. Should have killed himself 3 years ago. Saved us a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
Why?
he should have.
Why we fight?
But he didn't.
Not sure how much of the Beethoven I can include due to copyright, but we'll see. The individual in the camp was also talking about, you know, them being musicians, farmers, like. During the following months, Allied forces discovered numerous prisoners of war, concentration, and death camps. These camps were part of the Nazi attempt to effect the final solution to the Jewish question. Between 1942 and 1945, 5 million ethnic minorities and 6 million Jews were murdered, many of them in the camps. Why we fight? Insane episode of television, ladies and gentlemen. If you even call it an episode, like television episode, as closest to the real thing. Yeah, it's an experience. It's an experience. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic right there. What can you say? It's just it's beautifully told. It's beautifully told. And I said it time and time again. This show has the utmost respect for the events that happened, and it tells those events with the utmost respect as well. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, yeah, it handles it with such care. And yeah, I don't know. Am I speechless at the end of this episode? I guess I am. But it was fantastic. It was fantastic. You gotta just admire the technical brilliance of how these events were portrayed as well, how well it was created, and how well this episode is sort of edited, and like the duality of this episode, you know, at the halfway point completely switches its vibe, and it was absolutely you know, sensational in the way it did that. You know, you have the soldiers, like I said before, you know, sort of, it's almost like a one last ride sort of thing, marching through Germany, you know, strolling through Germany on the trucks, you know, singing in unison. Then bang, you juxtapose that 5 minutes later with the events that the soldiers experience, or with what they saw on the edge of the forest with the concentration camp. And then from that, from Perconte delivering the message to winners, a complete tonal switch. Just, yeah, everything about it was absolutely fantastic. You know, it's horrific. The events that happen, it's appalling to watch it. Like it's I don't know what words to use, but like, you guys, yeah, it's Band of Brothers, ladies and gentlemen, and this show does not shy away, you know, from making sure the viewer experiences it as close to firsthand what it was like during that time period. Fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. As always, it's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.